Oh, mother. Oh, mother.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Oh, hey Bumpy, you got your sweater on? Yes. What's going on, everybody? Okay, so I didn't know I was going to do episode 2, but I'm going to do it tonight. I'm just going to get it over with, episode 2 and 3, because I finished watching it today, and I'm actually super pissed that the opportunity this documentary had, but ended up just being Kevin Franke's documentary trying to save his own ass. That's basically what it was. There's a couple of parts that will piss you off. Obviously, my wife kept saying, you know, WTF when she was... My wife does, like, digital coloring. Like, she does pixel. Like, she can never just watch a film, okay? But she'll listen to it and glance, but she'll digitally color. And every time she put that down today, it was like, to be like, what did I just hear? So, this won't be the channel that we're watching it on, though. We're going to be watching it on my Rumble channel. I just wanted to update everybody here on that, and then I'll put the link to my Rumble channel, and we'll go watch it after that. Yeah, you have to go back to Rumble. You can't do it on... It would never happen on YouTube. It's never going to happen. So while we chat it out, I'm going to put my Rumble up here, and we're going to get it going. Rumble. Yeah, like, this documentary, again, was just Kevin selling it. And sold it to the bidder that would do his bidding, basically, right? Pay him well and make the documentary not about Mormonism and not about Kevin's shortcomings. And they left out so much stuff, it's crazy. You just need to click the link to... I don't think you need Rumble. I think you just can click it and it should take you there. I don't think you need to sign up for Rumble. I don't think so anyway. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, I've read Sherry's book. Everybody should read Sherry's book. You should support the book 100%. The documentary, I mean, it does show some stuff, and there is some stuff, but again, it's just Kevin lining his pockets as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I did watch the whole documentary, so we're going to finish watching episode 2 and 3 tonight, and then just get it over with, because I'm super pissed at how this went, and I hope someone else makes a documentary. Okay, so you just need to sign up to chat, so you don't have to chat if you don't want to. I'll put the link up here in a minute, Brenda, when I get it going. I'm just setting up the live right now, and we'll do it in like 20 minutes or something like that. Devil and Ruby Franke. I have never once in my life spelled episodes properly, right? I've never. Never. Entertainment. Let's go here. Thumb 2. Yeah. Later time. We're going to set this for, I'm going to say like 7:30 p.m. Let's keep it simple. It might be earlier than that. I'm just going to keep it there. Next. Okay, we're good. All right, I just had to set that up so we can go do it. Yeah, I honestly thought it was going to get better. I thought the documentary was going to get like a little bit more... There was going to be a lot more footage, because they said they had over 1,000 hours of footage to dig through, and they kept going back to the same 5 select scenes of Ruby being a douchebag on camera. So, man, I'm glad it happened, but it's very telling to me also that Chad, Kevin, and Sherry never appeared in the same scene, ever. I mean, maybe that's on purpose. Yeah. And the producers obviously didn't press Kevin as much because Kevin wouldn't allow it. This documentary does not happen without Kevin's permission. Without the footage that they got from Kevin, and all that kind of stuff. So I just, again, I was like, pfft. But it did show some stuff in the videos where he was, and we'll see it when we go watch it. Like he was involved, 100%, very heavily involved, well before all the other things with Jody. I've not seen Mormon Mom Goes Wrong, but I'll watch any documentary that disparages Mormons. Absolutely, I will. There's a lot of people that were offended by my calling out of the Mormon culture, the LDS culture, and I just want to let you know that I'm not going to apologize. I want you to know that you are dumb for believing that bullshit, okay? I need you to know it. And I need you to honestly know it because I'm scared for you. If you honestly believe in God, then Mormonism ain't it. And if you think that you are on a path to salvation as a Mormon, you're not. And I mean, that's really important for me to tell you that. And I know I'm being mean about it and everything else. I'm trying to disparage you. I'm not trying to attract you with honey. I'm just trying to tell you, you're dumb, okay? And Mormonism is not a path to salvation. It is the opposite. It is a cult, and it is very, very, very wrong, okay? So I just want to make sure we say that right up front because there were a lot of people who are upset with me for calling out their Mormonism. And again, I'm not saying those people who follow me who are Mormon are bad. I'm just saying that you're dumb. I also think that I honestly, truly believe you should repent and leave the cult that you're in. I believe it, and for these a couple of simple reasons. Okay, your church is not accessible. It is not open to the public. It is not held accountable to the public or to anything like that. And that is the absolute opposite of what Peter had for the church and what Jesus wanted for the church, okay? Completely secretive, secret handshakes, secret things that go on inside that you don't want anybody to know. You have to have a temple recommend to even... Do you think that Jesus wanted his church to be a secret club for people that can only get in there if they believe the same thing you do? Do you think that that's what the church is meant to be? That's just on that basis alone, you should leave the church, okay? The secretive nature of Mormonism. It's like... insanely secretive. Number two, the church hoards hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. While the top echelon get rich, everybody else has to give money, and if you don't give money, you're not in good standing. If you don't give money to the church, you literally can't get to heaven. Do you think Jesus wants that for the church? Come on, man! And three, just stop with this changing of everything all the time. The gospel was great just as it was. It did not need a Book of Mormon. That's the truth. The biblical truth is that you're not supposed to add anything to it or take anything away. And you added something to it, and that thing that you added to it, you hold in higher regard to the Bible itself. So just want to say that. Just want to say that. All right? I'm making the link here in a second. I'll get it going. Here's the live stream link, and I will put it in this chat. We're going to go live over there in a few minutes. I'll put it in the title of this video. Right at the top of the description is the link to this, to the Rumble. So if people are asking, it's right there. If anybody's asking in the chat, tell them. It's the literal top of the description, okay? It's not, Scientology is a lot different. Okay, again, Scientology knows that it's a cult. Scientology knows that it's based off a fictional book written by an author about space and science fiction. Okay, well, I mean, the Book of Mormon is also written by a weird author that's fiction as well. So I sort of get that correlation. But Scientology knows that it's like, hey, aliens and dolls and space vehicles, whereas Mormonism thinks that the Book of Mormon is another addition to the gospel, which it's not. Okay. The episodes for the Ruby Franke documentary are on Hulu or Disney Plus. In Canada, we get it on Disney Plus. I don't know where you get it, but I know Hulu, wherever you get your Hulu, that's where it is. The link is there. If you can't see the link, I don't know what to tell you. It's in the description below this video. Let me know if you can see it. Refresh the video, maybe. Refresh this page and see if it does. What list did they... Who released what list? The Epstein list? And they didn't. It's all redacted. I was looking at that. Yeah. This is a good point, Erica. How many kids are going to come out on the other side of this and make documentaries? I can't wait to see them. I'll watch every single one of them. I'll buy all their books. I'll talk about them on my channel. All these kids. Yeah, especially in episode 3, we talk about this a lot. I still can't get over Kevin. I hate that when I'm away from my kids for more than a couple hours, let alone 13 months. Like, sometimes I'll go away for a few days and I'm like, I miss my kids, okay? A few days. Sometimes I know I have to be away. I think the longest I've been away from my kids is maybe 5 days, and that's hard. That can be really, really hard, especially being away from my wife and stuff like that, right? But he was like, after a month, 2 months, 3 months, starts stretching into like 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. At that point, you get a lawyer and you divorce your wife and you get your kids. That's absolutely what he should have done. And they gloss over it, and we'll watch it together. They just gloss over that. Oh, I wish I could have done a. Oh my gosh, it's a bananas that Kevin is just completely not only getting away scot free, but also lining his pockets with hundreds of thousands of dollars selling the rights to the story. I hope another independent filmmaker makes their own documentary on this. The issue is you're not going to get these characters in there. You're not going to get Sherry, you're not going to get Chad, you're not going to get Kevin, who know the first-hand story. But you could pay the peripherals. You could pay the neighbors. You could pay people that are in the church or the people that were in other family vlogs. I mean, there's got to be another documentary made, because this one ain't it. This one just, again, it's Kevin Saves His Ass documentary. That's what it was. I hope this is a wake-up call to family vloggers. They need to reconsider. It's not going to be a wake-up call to family vloggers. Bonnie, their own flesh and blood, refuses to change her ways. Even though Sherry has told her, Chad has told her, Kevin, they've all called her out in the interviews, refuses, because nobody's going to tell Bonnie what to do. That's for sure. Karma's a bitch. Kevin will get his comeuppance when the time is right. Thank you for everything you do. Appreciate it. I think, karma's real. I think it's really going to happen to him. My ex-husband hasn't seen our child for almost a year and a half, and our kid isn't even 2 yet. So sadly, it doesn't surprise me that Kevin did that. But, like, I get that. You've got a deadbeat there. That's, the only thing I'll give Kevin is that he's not a deadbeat. Like, in the sense that he went out for a pack of smokes and never came back and shirked his responsibility as a father. He was bought and sold into the Kool-Aid that was the Connections cult. And he thought, honestly, that if I just do what Ruby tells me to do, like all the other kids have said that, then I'll get back in with my family. He wanted so badly to get back. And I remember in episode 3 when she called him, he was so elated. He's like, finally, she's calling me. So it wasn't that I don't like, it sucks because, yeah, he was bought and sold into the cult thing and he thought he was doing things wrong. But at some point, when you're away from it for so long, you got to wake up, right? When it's 3-4 months, you're disconnected from it. At that point, you got to start waking up. He never did for the full 13 months. Never did. Why wouldn't his children go against him? His daughter should be the first. She did it to her mom. I honestly don't think that their relationship is very strong. I don't think they're going to forgive him for what he did, obviously. For being, like, because Sherry's like, get your head out of your ass, Dad. And he never did. Thank you for covering these people. You're the best. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. He was never away from it. He had weekly group. That's true. Correction, you're right. Jody made sure to keep Chad and him on the weekly calls to make sure that they were still drinking the Kool-Aid. You're right about that. I'll give you that. Okay, I'm going to get my other one going here. Streamyard. Okay. Create a live stream. Here we go. Boom. Create. Okay, I'm creating it now. I'll be over there at 7:30. I'll stay with you guys here until that one goes live over there. Oh, I see you guys chatting. It looks like I can do both live streams, actually. Okay, so maybe I'll just do that. We'll watch it on Hulu or on Rumble, but I'll keep this live stream open. You won't be able to hear it because I'm not letting the audio get through. Do you think BYU shunned Kevin? I think he was pressured to resign. I think so. They didn't like the attention that it was bringing, and it was very distracting. Yeah, this is, I noticed this too. Both, I think Chad and Sherry both called him Kevin. Am I correct about that? Well, I guess we'll find out when we do it. So if we're watching it here, okay, I'll still commentate. I'll be pausing it on Rumble, but commenting here. So if you want to stay in this chat's fine if you've already seen it. But try to watch it on Rumble with me. I mean, yeah, it's very telling that they don't call him Dad, for sure. Yeah, Donnie, I've got the Rumble account open, ready to go streaming on there at in about 10 minutes. I think Sherry has a relationship with Kevin to have a relationship with her siblings. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Kevin would say no to her having a relationship with her siblings, even if she couldn't forgive him. I don't think that that would happen. I think that he knows better, and like that would make him look really bad. This is it, Christine. Everybody's asking this question, and he fails to answer it. He just be like, "Oh, I was told to by Ruby, and you just do what Ruby tells you to do." I don't care. There's no excuse as a dad who loves his children to be without them for 13 months and not question it once. Did not contact them once. You know, that means you weren't fighting for them at all. Even if Ruby said not to contact them, I mean, after 6 months, you got to be like, all right, you know, it's been 6 months. Shit or get off the pot, Ruby. Like, let's do this. What's the plan? You know, you got to at least put some effort in, right? Something. Look, I'm going to call you in 3 months. We're going to figure this out. 6 months goes by. Look, biatch, it's time. If you don't get this under control and figure this out, then we're just divorcing. Cool. You know, sayonara in the afterlife for the Mormons. Like, no thanks. He should have done something. Yeah, Sherry did say in her book because Ruby forbade them all to contact each other. Seriously. That's what it was. And they still listen to her. The documentary does conveniently leave out that he called the police on Sheriff. Of course, yeah, they left that out. Look at this puppy over here. She got a little sweater on. Hey, look at a little sweater. Look at a little sweater. We took them to the dog park because she just got fixed about 2.5 weeks ago. She wasn't allowed to go to the dog park, and then she went hog wild. She is tired. That is a tired puppy right there. Yeah, she had the kids afraid of the cops. That's a very good point. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. They did show that, remember that she made them miss the Christmas. And here's what pissed me off about this one. Sherry and Chad, again, absolutely victims in this whole thing. 100%. Okay. And deserve all the money they're making off this. I totally, yes. Okay. But the one thing that really got me was these kids, especially Sherry was 19 last Christmas, I think it was. And Chad was almost 18. And they went along with opening up Christmas presents and having a grand old time on Christmas morning while their two younger siblings didn't get anything. At that point, you got to put your foot down. And they didn't. They just went along with it. That's what I said. So I didn't like that. I don't know if they were friendly. Probably. Yeah, Kevin tried to get Sherry arrested. Yeah, for sure. No, this is exactly it, Nini. The kids were probably afraid to stand up. You're right. No, that is exactly it. I get it. But where's the breaking point? None of them had, like, is Ruby that scary? It's 115 pounds soaking wet. Like, at some point, there's got to be snapping points, right? There's got to be breaking points for anybody, and none of them had it. None of them had it. Even Sherry didn't really have a breaking point. She just kind of, like, just went along with it and didn't really have been, like, really stuck. She should have punched her mom in the head is what she should have done. She should have gotten a fight. Yeah, Rumble in 5 minutes, guys. Whoever called Kevin Mr. Worldwide. Mr. Utah. True. Chad was literally beaten nearly to pulp, and they were constantly being shamed. He's true. He was physically abused by his mom. I'll give you that. And they were just trying to keep the peace no matter what. Because if they would have said, "Look, I don't want to open my presents," I guess you're right. Ruby would have raised hell. She would have raised hell even more so. I used to watch them, and I would always think she hates them. That's my early vibes as well when I started watching them way back in the day. Chad was, and this is a good point too, Lily. Chad was definitely brainwashed by Jody, like 100%. So was Kevin. This was, Erica, good point. Who knows if Ruby would have done something worse? Sherry said this in the documentary too, that she believes that if he had not escaped that day, they would have died. And I believe that because it was escalating to a point where that kid was almost starving to death. Like they were, don't forget, and you'll see in the documentary, that on his wounds, they were putting a mixture of honey and like a spice, a really hot spice over his wounds. Like, oh my gosh, the things that they were doing to these kids. They were going to die. These kids were going to die. And they were thinking about moving, I think it was to Arizona or Texas. I forget where it was. They were thinking about moving to some like huge farmage acreage where they could have open and the kids could like work. Yeah, cayenne pepper. And they could like work them to the bone and like make sure that, you know, they were, that was, if they had ended up moving, if they got away with it, those kids would have been buried in that land. There would have been a Lori Vallow type thing that happened. All right, I'm going to go live over here on Rumble. Let's hope this all works. We're all live over here. I'm going to load up the doc. Okay, I'm going to put this one over here so I can see your comments. I'm going to put this one over here. I got live streams going galore right now. This is crazy. Okay, and I'm going to load up the doc. Episode 2. Okay, hold on. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Cannot believe the neighbors texted Kevin and he ignored it. Yeah, that was a big one, Mama 3. And you'll see that when we watch it over here on Rumble. They text him like, "What's going on in your life?" Blah, blah. And he just blocks them instead, which is bananas to me. Bananas. Okay, so now, guys, I'm going live on Rumble. I will keep my YouTube one up. If you want to chat over here amongst shows, I'm going to be paying attention to the Rumble stream. I'll look at both if I can. But if you want the Rumble stream, it is in the description box below on my YouTube right now. Okay? Where is the Rumble thingy, maboom? Here we go. Rumble. Let's get ready. Okay. Here we go. Okay. 522 in the Rumble chat. Still at 10,000 over here in YouTube. So head over to Rumble, guys, if you want to watch it. Here we go. Here we go. Okay.
I'm sorry. Are you fucking okay? Obviously not. Literally, get off YouTube. I actually care for your kids. Clearly, they don't even want to be in your videos by their faces.
Over the days and weeks, I think our numbers were like consistently declining, and any engagement that we did have was like negative.
Taking away their bedroom and their bed. Not even for like a day or two, but for months. We were basically canceled. Like our views just we lost like 90% of our income.
I remember them saying this too because, guys, I'm going to have to stop and do all this stuff. I remember them saying this. They lost 90% of their income because of this one big event where Chad explodes this channel, and it's crazy. Do you guys not see this? Can you not see this on Rumble? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, they're not letting it through. Oh yeah, it's working. Is it working for you guys? Okay. Okay, it's working for me. Okay, just making sure. All right, here we go. Continuing on now.
What has happened in our home over the last few weeks is a taste of the real world, and we have not filtered it from our kids, and they are seeing it, and they're like, wow.
I remember us getting some very expensive oil as well.
Oh yeah.
I remember him specifically suggesting to her
Listen to this.
take an apology.
Ruby's response to that was over my dead body.
I need you to hear that. So they hired a very expensive lawyer who does PR. They were losing millions of dollars. And instead of doing what the lawyer says, Ruby says, over my dead body. No, and I said this before, but it's been the thing with Bonnie. Nobody's going to tell these women what they need to do. They are right. And if they are ever proven wrong, they can't be. They are tyrants in their home. And no kid of theirs, no family member, no friend, they'll burn every damn bridge before they ever admit that they're wrong. So.
I'm not sorry. I'm saving my family. We're going to show the world what real parenting looks like. We're going to show the world what it's like to make impossibly tough decisions.
Yeah, it's crazy. Guys on YouTube, I don't know if you know this. If you're looking to watch this, you have to go to the Rumble link. It's below in the description box. You can't see it on YouTube. I know that some of you are showing up late, so I'll try to not do this as much, but it's on Rumble. The link's below. So, sorry.
Buckle up, guys. I have something to share.
Well, here we go. Evil. Evil. Devil in the family.
I have just been pondering about all the changes that have happened and asking myself what changes I want to make in my life. Okay.
She's
Jen
so.
and I have been looking. We have no randals coming in. So we have enough to keep going.
After the cancellation, there was a very distinct switch in the kind of content she was filming.
This is often what happens when things go awry, is it really brings us back to
I'm going to cancel the YouTube stream.
I
Just in case I get struck.